And I think people, regardless of their belief, like specifically, all have that internal sense of like purpose. Like whatever it is that you decide to do for work, whether you're a pastor or whether you're the president of a corporation, like there has to be something that's bigger than the money, something that's
Yeah.
bigger than the title that you're in. Like there
Yep.
has to be a bigger mission and calling and purpose to what you get up every day and do, because you spend too much time doing it.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
even if you
Yep.
are 9 to 5, and
Yep.
most people nowadays work more than 40 hours a week. So even like the naming of this company, has someone ask me the other day when we were doing this recording, where did career thrivers come from? And it's like, one, obviously the Lord, but also like just sitting down and thinking like, if we spend as people the vast majority of our Monday through Friday
Uh-huh.
daylight, best time of the day hours at work, like you shouldn't be in a place where, like you were saying to Oscar Mayer, you're frustrated or you feel overlooked or burnt out. Like you should be in a place where you're thriving.
Yes.
So just like we think
Yes.
about, church or ministry or family or serving, and you have this feeling of joy and fulfillment, like the question in my mind is always like, well, what would it be like, or what could a business be like if everybody in the company felt like they were thriving, if everyone felt like there was a bigger purpose that they were after by
Right.
being connected to the organization. So I think we all have that. And the way that we get there really is through leaders. So I appreciate you saying that, because I often share, like people often hear me say, and I quote you, that line that you told Brian Troy and I, that the biggest room in our house was the room for improvement. I feel like
Mhm.
you've always like had these sayings that stuck with me. Another one that comes to mind. When I went off to college, you would always say, probably almost every time we got off the phone, don't let college keep you from getting the education.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna come with a
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
or an acronym, a
Yeah.
lesson, something that's gonna help me remember, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what you need to be working on.
Yeah. Yeah. And as Christians, we need to be setting that example for others to look up on. And they look at us. Our life, you see, our life has, and I don't remember this, but I always would tell you and Brian and Brittany, I would tell you
Troy.
that, and Troy, that I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's what I would say. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I say, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an example. I'm going to show you what to do. And I would say,
Oh, here we
then if
go.
you would see me do it, it's all right to do it. And if you don't see me do it, then don't you do it. I would make myself that example.
Mama used to not like when you would say that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, okay, but what if? And you'd be like, nope. If they see me do it,
Yeah.
then they can
They
do
can
it.
do it. If they don't see me do it, don't do it. If you see me drinking a bottle of beer, then I can't say nothing to you. I can't say one thing and teach another.
Mm-hmm.
If you see me drink the beer, then hey, Daddy says it's all right because Daddy drinking the beer.
Yeah.
But I would try always to be that shining example, and I always would have to be mindful of myself, that I don't want to exalt myself higher than God. So if I'm doing this, I'm doing it because of God, not because of me. And if I'm doing this, I don't want Kenneth to get the credit, but I want God to get the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll pass away, but God won't pass away. And he would still be expecting those examples and that living example that you were getting while I was here, because I would always point to him in my life. And that's what I'm still trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest room in that house, is
Room
improvement.
for improvement.
And I'm still that way. And that's all the way to the cross. I'm going to say this, I'm going to be quiet. It's like the lady who was caught in adultery. The lady was caught in adultery, and they were stoning her. And scribes and Pharisees says, the law says she must be stoned. And then Christ said, okay, if you without sin, cast the first stone. Okay. All of a sudden, everybody felt the shame of their own guilt and dropped the stone and walked away. And Jesus said, where is thine accusers? And she says, there is none. There is none. And then Jesus says, neither do I condemn you. And then he would say to her, go and do what? And sin no more. Mm-hmm. So the question was asked, do you think she sinned again? The question is, sure she did. But her motive is different now. Her motive is trying not to sin.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you get up, you try not to sin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because she was getting up before, maybe she was looking for sin or didn't mind sin or was in it, involved in it. But now her goal, her challenge is this: keep away from me, sin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for it
Yep.
anymore. I'm through with it. You know,
Yeah.
but she may have fallen down, but she wasn't trying to anymore. And that's the way life is. You not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but at least I'm trying
Striving for
not to. I'm
perfection.
striving hard to be different for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, that's where we are in our lives a lot of times. You know, we have to be on one side or the other. We on the physical side or spiritual side. And when you become a Christian now, you live in the spirit and you walk in the spirit. You are mindful of things of the spirit. And so you walk that way now. I'm walking a spiritual walk. I'm mindful of people. I want to help them where I can. I want to be in a good example where I can. You know, I want to forgive where I can. I want to be thankful where I can. You know, I want to be successful and triumphant and in my rise. I don't want to be selfish. If I can help somebody, I want to help somebody along the way. I want to do all that I can to be the best Christian that I can so I can leave a legacy that would point upward.